Well, 12 hours later and still no word this morning from the city of Elmira on why they fired Police Chief Anthony Alvarez. The CDC reports suicide rates have been on the rise over the years, nearly reaching its peak in 2021 after 2 years of declines. That's a statistic one Elmira mother knows all too well. Breaking overnight, a home is destroyed after a fire in Tioga County, New York. And Lonnie tells me after all of these years, he never thought a small town kid from Tompkins County would be able to get one of these. And it's a perfect time for that study to come out because today the nation celebrates America's favorite pick-me-up. Now, Cool Zoo has about 100 different animals in their wildlife exhibit for you to come see, including Swampy the alligator right here. Look at how cool he is. And also just into our newsroom this morning, police have arrested an Elmira teenager for gun possession. The city offered no further comment other what's in this two-sentence press release City Manager Mike Collins sent out yesterday afternoon. There's been a lot of stigma around mental health for decades and even centuries. Why is it more important now than ever to break that stigma? But this holiday season, families are racing around this track to see all of the shimmering lights. So I understand you guys brought some memorabilia, some merchandise. What's going on here? Why don't you tell me a little bit about it? Now, the 64th Annual Grammy Awards may have been the first time Lonnie actually won, but it wasn't the first time an album he had worked on was nominated for the prestigious award. But we have our Pet of the Week segment returning, and if you can't tell how excited I am almost as excited as Dozer is right here. I'm here with your meteorologist, Catherine Schwam, who is finally tracking some showers for us after how many weeks, Catherine? Now, it's no denying that thousands of people from across the country come here to Watkins Glen International for the NASCAR Go Bowling at the Glen race, but if you look behind me, you could potentially see that there is another activity that's right up your alley. How fitting is it that Dolly Parton Day in Ohio also falls on Book Lovers Day, and it's declared Dolly Parton Day because of her work with early literacy. I mean, the stars just aligned right there. Tomorrow is officially the first day of July. We'll have what you can expect for the upcoming holiday weekend tomorrow on Good Morning Twin Tiers. Darlene? This morning, final preparations underway for Memorial Day observations across the Twin Tiers, honoring those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our country. But for some, the day carries memories of immense heartache and grief, with many veterans struggling in silence with their own internal wars of PTSD and survivor's guilt.
I had, unfortunately, too many opportunities to see death. It was something that you really can't describe to people that, again, have never been there.
Just last month, the Department of Veteran Affairs reporting the Veterans Crisis Line received a record of more than 88,000 cries for help in March. But despite it being the highest amount of monthly contacts the hotline has ever seen, David Putney, the executive director of the Elmira Psychiatric Center, says the increase is a good sign, as the first step in seeking help is often the hardest step to take.
I think we're getting better at making sure people know where to turn for help. We've talked about not going it alone, but for veterans, they often feel that they are. They may have difficulty reintegrating back into society when they come back from tours of duty. Also, their behaviors or how they are in community and in society can sometimes be misunderstood.
Another healthcare professional who's seen these symptoms firsthand is Dr. Brian Casetta. As a primary care physician with Guthrie, he's become a staple for veterans throughout the Twin Tiers, helping them in their journeys of recovering from PTSD.
We see them withdrawing from society. We see them complaining about flashbacks. They avoid people, places, noises. And we also see a lot of substance abuse and mental health problems that go along with PTSD.
Speaking out about these experiences is Dennis Wolf, one of Dr. Cassetta's good friends, who's a Vietnam veteran and a PTSD survivor.
I was drinking constantly to keep the suppression going. Every day I had to go through counseling, alcohol rehab. I've been 9 times to the PTSD hospital since 9/11. It's tough to deal with these issues. And when you keep burying them and rehashing them and burying them and rehashing them, they come at any time.
But after years of battling those demons, Wolf knew he had to turn things around and set an example for others.
One of the big things that really prompted me, if you will, to go on and try to relieve myself of all this burden that I carried forever was the fact that there were so many of my fellow vets out there that refused to admit it, that didn't understand what post-traumatic was, and that there was help for that.
Now the president of the Vietnam War Museum in Elmira, Wolf ensures to keep the memory of those who served alive.
This is our memorial wall. This are the 32 guys from Chemung County that died in active duty in Vietnam.
And in addition to remembering all of these men on this wall, the Vietnam War Museum this Memorial Day is offering all veterans in the Twin Tiers a chance to seek support and solidarity.
We have on Fridays a social veterans group just for veterans, all veterans. Any veteran of any conflict or non-conflict, as long as they're a veteran with an honorable discharge, are welcome to come here and get any kind of help that we can help pass on to them.
And if someone can't make it on Fridays, Wolf says any veteran is welcome to seek help at the museum at any time.
Come over to the museum. We're open 7 days a week, essentially. We'll make a few phone calls and we'll get them pointed in the right direction.
Dr. Casetta says he's proud of the work all local veterans are doing in the Twin Tiers, providing a sense of hope for the future of all of those who've served.
I've seen many that have been totally withdrawn from society. Now that I see them becoming a very active part of the community, reaching out to help other veterans, that's what I like to see. That's very rewarding to me, to see them help each other.
In Elmira, Katerina Belales, WENY News. A Crystal City Christmas is in full swing, with the Corning Museum of Glass getting ready to kick off the season with its annual holiday open house.
We really ramp it up for holiday open house. I mean, first and foremost, it's free. And when you get here, there's just so much going on.
Throughout the month, guests can marvel at the various holiday-themed displays, including a 14-foot-tall tree made out of more than 2,000 sparkling glass ornaments. Other seasonal exhibits include ones representing the four main holidays at the end of the year: Christmas, Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa. Oh, and don't forget about the museum snow people, who are guaranteed to last through the whole winter. And in addition to the dazzling decorations and seasonal exhibits, the museum has lots of other holiday activities geared up for some festive family fun.
There's a story time, of course, glass-making demonstrations themed on holidays, and there are activities for the kids too. So we have cookie decorating, we have some other little craft activities for a small fee, but something to get everybody engaged.
And there might even be some surprise visitors for all those young boys and girls.
You know what? You can't have a holiday party without Santa showing up.
And once you've explored everything the museum has to offer, you can come right here to the studio and become a glass maker yourself.
We have a range of hot glass projects and cold glass projects that people can do every day. They really can make their own glass, and then they're so excited when they unwrap that piece and they made it themselves.
And for the holiday season, the Corning Museum of Glass is offering a few special limited edition projects.
We have snowmen and tree forms. There are also some great flame working projects that are geared towards the holidays.
And if you haven't done your holiday decorating yet, don't you worry. The museum's gift shop, sparkling with its new festive decor, has plenty of locally made seasonal items to add to your home. And for anyone who may be interested in seeing all of these glistening orbs right in front of their eyes, the Corning Museum of Glass will be holding their annual holiday open house December 3rd and 4th from 9 to 5 p.m. for a weekend of holiday cheer. In Corning, Katerina Belales, WENY News.